welcome back to No Pants Profits. My name's Richard, and this is
Scott from Controversial Cruising.
And he's got a new nickname. We came up with it a couple seconds ago. We're getting a new audience on this channel. This is Twinkie Winky.
This is Twinkie Winky.
Twinkie Winky.
Can we tell him
Tubby! I'm the Tubby Buddy.
Oh, you're the Tubby Buddy.
Yes.
It makes sense.
This was just come up with like a minute and a half ago. But we're gonna go, this makes it even better. I'm taking my Twinkie Winky to prison today. We're gonna do prison stuff today.
Uh-oh.
The good news is the prison's not open anymore,
okay.
But we're going to Alcatraz. So this is the thing, it does take about 4 or 5 hours of your day. So, you know, you kind of want to plan it. I would plan it at the end of your day. So like the last ferry back is like 6 o'clock. So this is a national park. So we're going to be going to Alcatraz National Park, which is run by the U.S. Park Service. The problem is it's in the middle of the friggin' San Francisco Bay. So the Park Service didn't want to run a ferry. So they hired this company called Hornblower that runs the ferries to and from, and you buy a ticket from Hornblower. Now Hornblower runs some other stuff you might be familiar with. Statue of Liberty cruises?
Oh.
Hornblower. This? Hornblower.
Okay.
You been to Niagara Falls before?
Yeah, no.
You know the boats that go right under the waterfall?
Hornblower.
Hornblower.
Okay.
Now they also ran a thing called American Queen Steamboat Company, and they owe me $500.
$500.
But this is Alcatraz. I will tell you where I learned of Alcatraz for the first time. I don't know where. What do you know about Alcatraz?
Not much.
Do you want to know everything I learned? Everything I know about Alcatraz, I know from one place: Mythbusters.
Mythbusters.
Remember they tried to make because like some guy supposedly made a thing out of raincoats to get off the island and all this. They tried to bust, because Mythbusters is based in this area, well, was based in this area. This is one of the max security prisons. Al Capone is probably the best known guy that was housed here. They say it's haunted. You can do night tours and stuff like that, but you can't really get a whole perspective of the island on a night tour. So we are going to jump on a ferry boat run by Hornblower, and we're going to go over to this prison. We're just visiting in prison. Here, let's come this way because there's people that way. We're just visiting in prison.
Good.
But, I mean, we couldn't stay in this prison if we wanted to. I like to put crypto scammers in prison, though, and collect 20% of the money the government gets from them. But that's a story for another time. But yeah, so we're going to go to Alcatraz, and I want to plug some content that's going to be on Scott's channel. They sell some nasty meats out there.
They
Street
do.
Meats, right?
Sidewalk meats.
Sidewalk meats. My Twinkie Winky knows all about sidewalk meat.
I am from New York. So.
You're from New York?
Yeah.
You like New York City?
No, but I mean, I've been there.
Fake New York? Where are you from in New York?
Long Island.
Long Island!
Yeah.
Hey, why are you talking like this?
Because
forget about it. All right,
exactly.
Well, I was getting off track. Oh, they've got snacks on the boat.
yes, and they got snacks out there, but
Yeah, but those snacks can change any day. Boat snacks are harder to change. So they got pretzels, they got hot dogs,
nachos.
they got nachos, and they have deli sandwich. I don't know what the hell that means.
Mystery meat.
It does mean mystery meat, but the cool thing is we are going to try everything there, so you know what to order, because that's the question nobody asks. I looked online. Are the pretzels any good? Are the hot dogs any good? Should I eat street meat instead? I would like to shit salad from Dry Cruise. I will not be eating street meat.
Me neither.
You are Asian.
Still not eating street meat.
I know.
I'm a domesticated Asian.
Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to remind you to spay and neuter your Asians, especially if they're domesticated. We don't need more of them in this world. I'm sorry. We don't need more of them in this world. So, you do, one thing we want to let people know, you need to buy this ticket far in advance.
Yes.
We got here and it said the next tour available is tomorrow.
Yes.
The tickets have been sold out for this for 3 days. And it's not peak season yet. Now, probably during peak season they run more boats, I'm just saying. But we're nowhere near peak season.
And it's already sold out.
And they were sold out 2 days ago. So buy your tickets to Alcatraz early. It's probably the #1 tourist attraction you can get a ticket to
in San Francisco.
In San Francisco. I don't think it's the best. I think that the food tour I did yesterday is probably better than this, but I can't say that until the end. So I will not see you on the ferry on this channel. If you want to see what the ferry ride's like, go watch Twinkie Winky's channel, Controversial Cruising. Yeah. We're gonna stop. I'm getting hungry again.
I am kind of.
We had a double. There is no eating. Oh.
See, no mystery meats. Leave your mystery meats on the street, folks.
You cannot eat your mystery meats here. You know why they have no eating in here?
Why?
birds.
Oh, birds.
You see, they're not doing it to be a dick. They're doing it because they don't want a seagull problem, like the rest of what's going on. Then you have to clean the shit every day.
True.
Then you have seagulls attacking people. Like, you can't eat in here for very good reasons. It's not for bullshit reasons. It's actually, in my opinion, for very good reasons. A lot of people, the people that just got told they can't eat, but like, are you happy we can be here without seagulls attacking us?
Yes.
Are you happy we don't have to step in gerbils?
There's one. Look at that.
There's one. Do you know what it would be if they let people eat here? So, I'm going to see you on this channel, on this video, when we get to Alcatraz Island. But if you want to see the ride over there, and maybe the ride back, you're going to check on Controversial Cruising, and that will be linked down in the comments below, where we're going to eat the entire food court.
On Alcatraz.
On an Alcatraz boat. I mean, we are going on a cruise ship for 11 days, so I mean, eating on a boat is not a very fucking unique thing for us. But eating some street meat, questionable food on a boat,
this might be questionable
so,
too.
Stay tuned, and we will see you going from the model of the island to the actual island with a little snacking on his channel on the way. Also, when we do something, since you're Twinkie Winky, see, Twinkie Winky's the purple one, right? Tinky Winky.
Yeah. He's the
And he goes, again. So what we're gonna do is whenever we want to do something twice, I'm gonna go, again. Twinkie Winky, Twinkie Winky and Tubby Buddy are going on an Alcatraz cruise. We'll see you in prison. Just got, the boat got to Alcatraz, and they have a charging station with all the different things, and a water bottle filling station on the boat. That was not on my bingo card for this trip, but I will tell you, you can watch Scott's video if you want a full review. The stuff you can pre-order for food before you get on the boat in Alcatraz. Scott, your mic's on. No, this is important. How do you feel about that food?
That was awful.
That's what Scott's girlfriend says about him too. It was awful, it wasn't satisfying, and it only lasted a couple seconds. Also, we Lady and the Tramp that thing, but you gotta watch Scott's video to see that.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but now we're gonna go out, explore Alcatraz. We have a mandatory bullshit session with a national park ranger. But then, let's go see what's going on in Alcatraz.
First brick fortress built west of the Mississippi. It's the second to last brick fortress because it becomes obsolete almost as soon as it is built. I'm dressed this way because I'm a living historian here on the island, and I've been doing walking tours all day trying to take people back to 1863 and show you what it was like. All of these walls, as you look through the windows, that's how thick the brickwork is. When this was originally built, it would have taken 6 months of hitting the same spot 24/7. That's in 1861 with smoothbore cannon. Within 3 years, it would take 5 minutes. So Alcatraz becomes obsolete almost as soon as it is built. Wow, we have got a lot of people crammed into that one. So, I'm going to ask this question. You made the mistake, ma'am, of looking at me. What are you doing in your underwear? Because as far as I'm concerned, you're all in your underpinnings. I'm wearing all 7 layers, and 5 of them were hand-stitched by me. Who wants to come back and live in my world? No? Okay, it looks like we've got the last of the people off the boat. So welcome to Alcatraz, and welcome to a balmy part of our day on Alcatraz. You should have seen it this morning when we were socked in with fog. I'm going to make this very quickly so that you can all run away. First of all, eating, drinking, and smoking must be done on the dock only. Smoking is out behind that barrier where the construction is. That's cigarettes and vapes, and if you brought wacky tobacco, if you did not bring enough for the whole island, do not even dream about it because you are on federal property. Eating and drinking, we've got some picnic tables over there to your right, my left. Water may be consumed anywhere on the island. We tell you this because it is bird season. Try and sneak one of those Cheetos and the bird will come down and take your finger with the Cheeto. All right? So do be careful. Speaking of the birds, leave them alone. They are not nice. They are not from Cinderella. They will attack. Leave them alone. Also, everybody brought something with them. Personal belongings, parents, loved ones, children. You have to take them with you when you go home. You can't take anything else though, not even volunteers like me. So, but leave all the rocks, the feathers, everything else. What I think is the most important thing is immediately behind you, that is not in an abandoned Taco Bell, that is the restroom. There is another one at the top of the 130-foot hill, but it's smaller. So if you need to make a pit stop, do it here. You will see 350 toilets on the island. Don't use the ones in the cells. They're broken. They're historical. I'm looking at you, sir. You look like trouble. Anybody that meets my eye, I talk to. Anybody that doesn't meet my eye, I talk to. What's going on? We are down to the end of our day, but at 3:30, which gives you plenty of time to get up to the top of the hill and get your headsets, there will be a demonstration on how the cell doors work called Sounds of the Slammer at 3:30. Our guest author today is Bill Baker. He's a bank robber that was incarcerated here, and he will be signing his book. Amazingly enough, when you get rid of your headsets, you're going to end up in the bookstore where the gifts are. Watch your wallet, they jump out. This is what your headset looks like. And if that's what you want to get, which everyone does, follow the red sign that I dropped at the top of the hills. Go up the hill, catch your breath. Turn left, go up the hill, catch your breath. Turn right, go up a steeper hill, really catch your breath. Go across the plateau, turn left at the morgue. Where else are you going to be where you get that one? Go up the steepest hill, into the basement, and ask for your headset. We have 12 languages and a video for hand sign English. So everyone have a wonderful day. You can take any boat that you want back. Oh, I forgot to say, if you cannot make that walk, we have seat Alcatraz. Driver makes all final decisions. Have a wonderful time with us, and don't forget to escape.
So you just heard that intro to the island. We got to go up a hill, then up another hill, and up another hill, and around the corner, get 3 hand jobs, and we're good. But they want you to pay $1 for the guidebook, okay? Scott, I got a question for you. Do you currently have a girlfriend?
No.
Do you get fucked every day, though?
Yes.
By who? The American government.
That's right.
You're in a relationship, you get fucked every day. They want you to pay $1 for some printed-ass guide map. Hey, Scott, you know money's not real, right? Mm-hmm. Money's just printed and made-up bullshit. Mm-hmm. So I put the same amount of money in that bucket as the American government provides benefits to me as an overweight straight white man. I didn't put any money in there. Let's move on. What? That was a dark joke. There are hills, and there's this one guy who's got a little vehicle right there who will take you up the hill. Sensitive nesting habitat. Oh, February to September. There's some water birds.
Nesting.
You can see we've got the tower and everything like that. We have to go up a big hill, and another hill, and another hill, and another hill, and then we'll finally get our audio guide. So, stick with us. We will definitely show you what you need to see in Alcatraz. Stay tuned. Well, they got a 1946 Chevy pickup truck, which is actually comes as a pickup truck, not like the Ford one I saw a week ago at the Ford Edison Winter States. Comes as a pickup truck, not a pickup truck you have to build. There is a view in one direction here. Yeah, got a view in one direction there, but it's really funny. Scott turned a corner. That's how thick the walls are. Scott, you want to laugh? How thick the walls are. You turned a corner, and we lost the connection to the mic when you turned the corner.
Oh, wow. Yeah, those
now we can't see. Walls. We're looking for that, just so you see how thick the walls were. They're right there. Here's the shuttle that you can take if you wanted to. We're going to go up against the wall, let the shuttle guy pass. Beep, beep. All right. And I don't see the Golden Gate Bridge yet. That's like the famous view from here, isn't it? Ooh. I think. Scott did very little research before.
I did.
Almost none. Almost no research. But for some reason, they're really big on this being Indian land. They're not very happy. And it's written, land of freedom, Indian land, home of the free Indian land. Okay. So we're going to keep going up. We're We're gonna get our audio guide, our cell house audio tour. And yeah, for some reason, Scott, it is funny that literally all the buildings here look like Taco Bell.
They do.
And so that's a Taco Bell. The bathroom looks like a Taco Bell. It all kind of looks like a Taco Bell.
That looks like a Taco Bell.
Huh?
We can get our
It all looks like a Taco Bell.
Audio
But
tour.
we gotta go up
Cell house.
another damn hill.
This is all hills. All hills.
Another damn hill.
Another
The
damn
good
hill.
news is we don't have to go up it to leave. We're going down. We're yelling timber.
I guess that's some of
Oh,
them.
hey, we can get audio guide there. Scott, much easier. What year is it? It's like 1994 called. They want their Nokia back.
They want their no.
Yeah. We'll get some new ones. We don't need them dying. But yeah, 1994 called when they want their Nokia back. No, I think 2004, not 94. Got an electric shop up here. We're gonna go pick up our audio guide. I think this was like $44 for the ticket. You're paying for the ferry, you're paying for admission to the national park. The National Parks Pass will get you a discount if you have it, because you're not getting charged to get into the national park. But it's like $44, $45 a person. It's coming up. This hill is no fun. I'm not loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Not loving it. Just saying. Whew. Whew. See the top. No reason to watch a fat guy struggle going up a hill. You know that what I'm about to say may seem like common sense, but you have to book. There's only one company that can actually dock here. So there's a lot of companies that'll do a little thing around. You have to book with the Hornblower one, the Alcatraz City Cruises. No one else can dock on the island. They're the contractor with the U.S. government. And the U.S. government said, the only ones that can dock on the island. So don't book with anyone else and think, hey, you see, that's the transportation, should you actually need it. I'm hoping we made it to the top. Yeah, so not just a water tower, a message to the world. Alcatraz Water Tower is one of the most visible landmarks in the San Francisco Bay. It was an ideal place for American Indians who occupied the island to broadcast their message of peace and freedom to the world. So, staying on each other's shoulders to paint the letters they stick. Really? They stood on each other's shoulders to paint that water tower. Oh wow, there's the tram. Look at that thing, that's the real tram. Look at that. He's watching, make sure he doesn't hit anything. But yeah, if you absolutely need it, they do have a wheelchair and everything of that sort. Scott, I saw the first person that really needed that. The guy at the back.
Yeah.
He couldn't get up here if he wanted to. He had no legs.
They called him Bob.
Oh, no. No. Scott. That's too far even for my channel. You know, he has a wife that has no legs too.
Called her Eileen.
You got the joke! We have to equally discriminate against the men and the women. Are we almost there?
I don't know.
How'd you know that punchline? That was good. That was good.
Every once in a while, you know.
Every once in a while, Scott gets a punchline. Good job, Scott.
Again.
No.
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 Twinkie Winky. Twinkie Winky. No, we're not doing again yet.
Okay.
Once we have a beer later, then we can do Twinkie Winky again. Again. We're still working our way to the top. Look, you don't see many fat people here because the reviews must have told the fat people to avoid this place. Oh, I think we finally made it to the prison. The gates around the prison. Today's programs. We said at 3:30, someone's gonna slam the door shut. And no, I'm not going up more stairs to the lighthouse. I will not. Whew. Okay. Let's go ahead. Let us enter the cell house.
Programs.
you are here. Red power? The hell is that? Is that different than white power? I'm really confused what red power is. 75th anniversary of Alcatraz, 2009. It's not like 2024 right now or anything.
There we go.
But,
Stay there, Nicholas. More elevators.
more elevators. We need to pick up our audio guide here. They got a whole system going here. You get your audio guides and all that. And that walks you through exactly what you're seeing. Before we get the audio guide, what is this? Oh, this is where they'd search and shower you. But unlike the last place that I was at that was like this, the showers didn't kill you. Hashtag, I'm not going to say that out loud where I was, but showers didn't kill you. Here are the showers. Crap. We're literally in the shower room. Kind of random. I was like, what are those things? No.
They're showers.
It's the shower room. So,
It's where they shower.
we're going to get our little
Shower.
headset and go to the tour that starts. God damn. Where's the tour start, Scott? Read the sign.
Tour starts upstairs.
We gotta go up more?
More stairs.
No. Bad dog. Oh, that's another place that the U.S. government's trying to get money. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna put Ukraine money there. There you go.
Thank you.
I mean, if we could just print money and give it to Ukraine, why can't we just print money and take a guide, right?
Guess so.
National Park Service. Just gave the same money that Jerome Powell's been printing. Just saying. So we got our 1994 device here. And when we see this sign that says tour starts here, then we hit play. Not until we get to the sign. Here's the cells. They're closed. There's 350 shitters here that don't work. But once we get to this sign, we hit play. Here we go. 3, 2, sign. Play.
Photo panel entitled Tour Narrators. Walk over to it.
Walk, do not run. We're moving from one place to another.
I'm Pat Mahoney, former Alcatraz correctional officer, and I'll be your guide. I served 7 years on the Rock. These first photos introduce some of my fellow officers.
I am Philip Bergen, Captain of the Guards, United States Penitentiary, Alcatraz, California.
Well, my name is George DeVincenzi. I used to play checkers with Robert Strauss. The first thing you want to learn when you get out is keep your mouth shut.
So I think I found a way to kind of show you this tour in the best way I can. There's literally the microphone for my thing is in my ear. I will give you as much of the tour as I can here from my ear. We'll see if this works. I don't know if it's gonna work. It seems to work. Let's do it.
Do not run. We're moving from one...
All right, here we go.
Now, continue to your left.
Turn on.
Up ahead, you'll...
Here we go.
The first thing you want to learn when you hit Alcatraz is keep your mouth shut, walk with your back to the wall.
Thank you for joining us on our tour of the Alcatraz cell house. You should now be standing under the sign that says, Tour begins here. On your right, look for a photo panel entitled Tour Narrators. Walk over to it.
Walk, do not run. We're moving from one place to another.
I'm Pat Mahoney, former Alcatraz correctional officer, and I'll be your guide. I served 7 years on the Rock. These first photos introduce some of my fellow officers.
I am Philip Bergen, Captain of the Guards, United States Penitentiary, Alcatraz, California.
Well, my name is George DeVincenzi. I used to play checkers with Robert Stroud. I don't think I ever beat him.
My name is Ronald Battles. I asked whether they hired blacks out there. You know how it was in the 50s.
Continue to the left, to the next photo panel. These are some of the prisoners whose voices you'll hear.
Yeah, my name is Leon Whitey Thompson. My number was 1465. I was a man that had total hatred in them days. I hated anything that walked or crawled on this earth. I was a man who was dead inside. You couldn't hurt me no more, see.
I'm John Banner. My Alcatraz number was 1133. I'm a thief, you know. I ended up about number 17 or something like that on the most wanted.
You were a number, you weren't a name. I wasn't Jim Quill, and hell, I was number 586. Everybody wants to be an individual. They want to be a human. And you weren't at the Rock.
My name is Darwin Kuhn, number 1422. Figured I'm never going to get out. Yeah, I'm going to sit right here until I die.
Now, continue to your left. Up ahead, you'll see an open gate on your right. This was called the cutoff. Walk through the cutoff. The Alcatraz cell house opened as a federal prison in 1934. Within these walls lived the country's toughest, most dangerous, and most famous prisoners. As soon as you exit the cutoff, immediately turn right onto the next corridor. It's called Broadway. Walk slowly along the line of cells on the right side. Each cell has a number above the cell door. On your right, find cell number 113. Stop and look inside. Broadway was the first stop for arriving prisoners.
We went right down Broadway, you know, in our birthday suits. And all the guys, you know, are howling.
Well, here's a typical Alcatraz cell. Every one of them in the cell house exactly like.
I had a metal tabletop and a little chair there, and that was about it. The cell was pretty barren.
5 feet wide, 9 feet long, and 7 feet high. That's what I call a little box.
No decorations allowed, anything. Couldn't paste anything on the wall.
Continue to the next cell. Waiting on the bed for each new prisoner was a copy of the official rules and regulations.
This is the rules of the cell house. Your cell is subject to search at any time.
Your towel had to be folded up and put on your shelf. Your toothbrush, and they used to give us tooth powder in little green containers.
Now, continue ahead to the next cell.
I guess like a cockroach feels in a matchbox.
You may smoke in your cell in the library.
We were issued a pack of wings on a Monday, Wednesday, and a Friday. Every inmate, whether he smoked or not.
Continue to the next cell.
Sweep your cell and place the trash in the trash
I
bin.
knew every mark, everything in that cell. And then pretty soon that cell became like a part of me, or I became a part of the cell.
Look ahead to the far end of Broadway. You should see a clock on the wall. Walk towards it.
Alcatraz is always classed as the end of the line, the point of no return. It was like going into the ground. You know, when you're buried, you're gone forever.
Beneath it is the area prisoners call Times Square. When you get to Times Square, turn left. Look over towards the right and find the large photo of the prison recreation yard. Walk over to it.
This is the rules of the cell house. Your cell is subject to search at any time.
Prisoners had a decision to make, whether to obey the rules or not, to do good time or bad time. That decision affected their lives dramatically.
An inmate is given housing, good food, medical attention, and all the necessities of life.
Everything else was a privilege. Time to exercise outside, getting books and mail, all had to be earned. One of their favorite privileges was the recreation yard.
The most pleasant place, I believe, on Alcatraz, and the most appreciated. The handball court, the horseshoe court.
Prisoners also played bridge out in the yard. They used dominoes instead of cards.
They came out with a system called auto bridge. You played it all by yourself. Guys got so wound up in this bridge thing that they ate and slept it. They'd go out there when it would be so cold that you didn't think you could stay out there. Yet they'd stay out there for 3 hours and play bridge. And if you're occupied with bridge and you're studying bridge, you're not thinking about going over the wall.
Prisoners who chose not to behave ended up in a harsher place, isolation. You should be facing the photo panel. Look to your left. Directly ahead is an open steel door marked D block. Go through this door. D block was the prison within Alcatraz, the treatment unit.
This place is going to operate on the basis that you do what you're told, and you're going to get a fair break. If you don't behave yourself, we're going to come down on you like a ton of bricks.
Move a few steps into the room and find a place to stand. Look up at the 3 tiers of cells. Unruly or violent prisoners were sent here. They stayed in their cells 24 hours a day. Typically, they were only allowed out once a week for a shower and exercise.
Now, in this cell block, we have 42 of the least popular cells in Alcatraz. Although by far they are the best, the roomiest, and the nicest state-of-the-art cells that were available in this prison.
It was cold, it was damp. The wind used to just blow through there. You could hear it. At night you could hear it whistling through the windows.
One of the more infamous prisoners to live here in D Block was convicted killer Robert Stroud, the so-called Birdman.
And almost immediately upon his arrival at Alcatraz, he was relegated to the treatment unit. And he didn't bring his birds along with him, which made him very unhappy, but he brought all his bad habits with him, which made us unhappy. There he remained for several years, being obnoxious and noisy and agitating and busily writing, fluent in 3 languages, a mathematical expert, brilliant man.
He's a psychopath.
Suicidal, homicidal maniac.
Now, turn to face the windows. Walk over to the photo panel on the wall. You'll see a photo of Robert Stroud. Alongside Stroud, you'll see some other well-known prisoners. Alcatraz was built for men like these.
Alvin Karpis, you gotta watch out for him. Former public enemy #1.
Creepy Karpis. When you seen Creepy, you wouldn't have to be told he was creepy because he walked on his toes.
He had Kelly.
Nice fella, never give you any troubles at all. Very accommodating, polite.
Mickey Cohen, Frankie Garbo.
And Capone.
Ain't a fool with Capone, see? He was a street fighter. He's a big man. He was in good shape. The only thing, his brain was gone. He had syphilis. Well, eventually it drove him crazy.
Now, turn back to the cells. Walk over to the cells on the far right with solid green doors. This was solitary confinement, the whole, cells 9 through 14.
When the cell was occupied, the regulations required that the light be on.
Well, we kept the lights off when they were in there. They were in the dark.
You may enter one of the cells if you wish.
Well, and I'd go in the hole, What I used to do was I'd tear a button off my coveralls, I'd flip it up in the air, then I'd turn around in circles, then I'd get down on my hands and knees and I'd hunt for that button. And when I found the button, I'd stand up and I'd do it again.
But if you would close your eyes like right now, close your eyes and seal your eyes up with your hand, with a little concentration you can see a light, and pretty soon that light will get brighter. And you got to concentrate on this. And after a while, not a short while, this takes time and practice, but pretty soon you can almost put your own TV there. And you can see things, and you can go on trips, and this is what I did.
Now, open your eyes. Step out of the hole. Walk through the nearest doorway marked library. Continue into the large open area. This was the prison library.
You put your request on a library card. If the book was available, they'd bring it and put it in the bars for you.
Prisoners with reading privileges could subscribe to approved magazines.
And if it had some story by some convict out of Nebraska or something, that was cut out. Never mind that you might have been reading a serial and it was on the back of one of them pages.
Prisoners who behaved could also take correspondence courses.
Took a course from the University of Pennsylvania on animal husbandry. The gestation period for a pig is 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days.
Now let's continue. Walk out of the library, turn right, walk along the cells on your left.
Escape attempts got the attention, but in Alcatraz's 30 years history, most days were uneventful and repetitive. Stop at the first furnished cell. Most accepted that this cell block, however grim, was home for now. Some considered this sunny area the most desirable part of the prison to live.
It was like coming back and greeting an old friend, really.
Take a look into the cells.
I used to do a lot of oil paintings on Alcatraz. If I was painting a scene of the Swiss Alps or something like that, hey, I'm right up there skiing as I'm painting, and I used to escape that way.
My grandmother taught me how to crochet when I was a kid. So I taught a lot of guys how to crochet. Big, tough guys sitting in there with a needle and crocheting.
Move on to the next cell. In the 1950s, radios were installed at Alcatraz. You might have noticed what looks like a light switch box with 2 holes. Prisoners plugged their earphones in there to listen to the radio.
We had 2 stations we could plug into. They let us listen to such programs as Boston Blackie,
Telephone, How to Gunboat Travel,
baseball games, and basketball games.
Move on to the next cell.
At nighttime, between 6:30 and 7:30, they have what they call a music hour. They play harmonicas or a guitar or whatnot. They had one guy over there, and he used to play one of these slide trombones. And I think he only knew 3 notes, da da da, da da da. For an hour, that's all I hear, ta ta ta, ta ta ta.
New Year's Eve, everybody that had a saxophone or a clarinet or a guitar or whatever started playing. Then they'd take their tin cups and they'd rack them back and forth across the front of the Mars.
Turn around and look up at the windows. They face San Francisco and the setting sun.
The yacht club, which was directly across from the island, would always have a big New Year's party. If the wind was blowing from that direction to the rock, you could actually hear people laughing, you could hear music, you could hear girls laughing, you know, you could hear all the sounds that were coming from the free world at the Rock. But New Year's was always the night we heard it.
Continue to the end of Seedy Street. When you get there, turn left. Look for 4 small windows in the wall on the right. They're marked Visitation. The prisoners called this Peekin' Place.
And when they'd written me that letter and said, you know, you're dead, don't ever come back, we've told your sister you're dead, the whole thing. You know, I'd been there at the Rock 7.5 years. The guard came up and racked my door open and said, Quillen? And I said, yeah. Or said 586, and I said, yeah. You got a visitor. And I told him, I said, you're full of crap. He said, you got a damn visitor. Go down to the visiting office.
Approach the visitors' windows.
I thought, hell, I'll see some good-looking chick at least, if nothing else, you know. And I walked up there, and here's this good-looking girl.
I was nervous, didn't know what to expect.
I knew who she was when I got a real good look at her, and when she said Jimmy, which was what she always called me, hell, I knew it was my sis.
Once I saw Jimmy, it was, you know, he'd...
All right. So they're about to open and close the door. Yep. There we go.
Give you a little bit of history of Alcatraz before we start. You know, park rangers, volunteers, we all like to talk a lot. So you get to listen to some of our stories. So, Alcatraz was just a rock. It's known as the Rock, and that's all it was. No natural source of water here. There was no reason for people to inhabit this area. 1853, the military come, and they decide to build the first West Coast lighthouse. It's not the lighthouse you see there today. The first lighthouse was built for a 2-story structure. That one was built when they started building the actual prison for a 3-story structure. So that's very new, 1908. And it is still a working lighthouse today. So, but the military came, built the first West Coast lighthouse, and they started to build a fort here. If you want to see the demo, come more over this way, because I'm going to be opening the cell doors over here. So you want to be able to see this. So, they build the military then comes, and they start after the lighthouse. They start at the ground level and leveling things off. They put between 100 and 120 cannons around the ocean side, okay, the bay side. They also come up to the top, and this is where they build the actual fort structure itself, the citadel, okay? The design of it, 2 stories above ground and 1 story underground. That 1 story underground is designed in such a way that it's leveled out, 1 story of the fort, but around it is actually a dry moat. So just like a castle that had a moat, the way you got in the fort was through drawbridges. Okay? So the fort is here from 1857 to 1907. Then forts decommissioned in 1907. But the military likes this location, and they decide to take the fort down to ground level and build a prison around that. They had already been housing some prisoners here when it was a fort, but they actually decided to build a full military fort structure. So the military fort structure ends in 1907. That's when they begin building the prison. The military prison is complete in 1912. In 1932, the military is done with this location as a prison, and the Federal Penitentiary comes in. Now, when the Federal Penitentiary comes in, they're going to upgrade this location to a super maximum security prison that is escape-proof. Okay? So, they come in with some engineers, and they look at what's going on. Now, when you were around the corner, looking at the escape cells on on Michigan Avenue. Okay, this is Broadway, that's Michigan. When you're looking at the escape cells will be on your left-hand side, and everybody's usually looking over there. Take a look at the cells on the right-hand side. They're going to look quite a bit different. That's because they did not upgrade the entire prison when they upgraded to the Federal Penitentiary. So fortunately, we get to see what it looked like when it was military. Those bars are very wide, but they're very thin. You will see a keyhole next to every single door. And you will see hinges on the side of those doors. Okay? That's because a guard would stand like this, open the door, unlock the door, and the door would then swing out this way. When the Federal Penitentiary comes in, they come in with a group of engineers and they say, we need to do some upgrades. First thing we want to do, we want to get rid of swinging cell doors. Your task is to design a cell door that will slide and be easily opened by the guards. So that's what you see here. Okay? You see heavy, round, galvanized steel bars. Those bars are heated to such a temperature, they are nearly impossible to cut through. Okay? You do not see any hinges, and you do not see any keyholes. My key opens the box. And these boxes are every level, and at every end is what controls opening and closing of the cell doors. Huh? It's between where I'm standing and the cutoff, there are 13 cells. Between the cutoff and the far end, there are 14 cells. So all the boxes on this side of the prison control 13 cells. All the boxes on the far side will control 14 cell doors. Okay? So, and in each one of these boxes, we've got 3 levers to control the opening and closing of the cell doors. Now, if you want to see what the levers actually look like, the box on the far end by the dining hall on the right-hand side has a plexiglass over it. So you can actually see the levers and see what it looks like. But my first lever, remember I told you I had 13 cell doors. My first lever then, I have to decide what cell door am I going to open. I selected door 3. Okay, so I am going to open cell door 3. My second lever is a clutch. My clutch, actually what it does, there is a bar attached to the top of every single door. Okay, so when I clutch it, the clutch actually grabs that bar for the door I selected to engage that particular door. The third and final lever then is the lever to open and close the cell door. Okay? So I selected door 3, I clutched it, and then I opened it with the 3 levers. Okay? The red line you see is painted there deliberately, so the guard standing here knows the cell door is open. Okay? Now, I'm going to close it. It's still selected. Clutch it. And now I lever and close. Okay? Now, watching one cell door open and close, it's not very exciting, is it?
Yeah.
You want to see a few more?
Yeah.
How about all 13? Yeah. Okay. So, I can go ahead and select door 1, clutch door 1, select door 2, clutch door 2. But to do all 13 like that's going to take a while. So what they did, they put an A for all. So when I select the A for all, I clutch it, it will be grabbing all 13 cell doors, okay? All right. Now this is a completely mechanical system. No electronics involved. So we just added more weight to the lever. Hopefully we have 13 red lines there. Now, I'm not quite 5 feet, so my leverage of opening those doors would be a little different than a guard that's about 5'6". I have to get on my tippy toes to finish that off, but they would have just levered it completely different. So it would have been a little bit faster if they did. But it gives you the idea of what it's like when they slide. Now, do you want to listen to what it sounds like when they all close?
Yeah.
So let's go ahead. Again, it's still selected. I will clutch it. I think I grabbed them all. And this is what you want to listen for. Here at Alcatraz, we refer to that as the sound of the slams. Okay? Now, they came here, recorded that sound, and used it in some movies. If you have seen Jurassic Park 1, in Jurassic Park 1, there are heavy metal gates that close around the park. I don't know if those gates were heavy metal or they were plywood, because the sound you heard was the sound of the slammer here at Alcatraz. So just realize now you were here in person listening to the sound of the slammer. So, have a good day and thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, that was pretty cool. Now I'm going to put you back in my ear and we're going to resume the audio tour that was previously going on. So I'm going to put you back in my ear. Right here. Back in the ear. And the audio tour shall resume.
It looked different, and he was overwhelmed, and he couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe it. We were there, and that I had grown up, and that I'd come to see him.
Let's continue. When you've finished at Visitation, turn left. Walk past Broadway. We're heading for what the inmates called Michigan Avenue. When you get there, turn left. Look for the large photo panel on the cells. You're about to hear the story of the 1962 escape.
Earlier, on the morning of June the 12th, 1962, Officer Bill Long had been in charge of the first count of the day.
And at the sound of the bell, the inmates are supposed to be dressed and up, standing in front of their doors for count. Bill, there's a guy up here, I can't get up. Well, it's the sergeant says, I'll get him up.
Look across the aisle for cell number 138.
I'll wake him up.
Walk over to it and look inside.
Hey. And he was laying in there, so I reached in through the bars and I hit the pillow. The Lord knows what happened. His head fell off on the floor. The guy said that I shot back about 6 feet. His head, hair on his head and everything. One of the other officers there said, here's another one, Bill, right here. There's one up here, Bill. And I said, don't touch it, don't touch it. A horror movie. And I was right in the middle of it.
You should be facing the cells. Continue to your left to cells number 150 and 152. Prisoners Frank Lee Morris and two brothers, John and Clarence England, had escaped the night before. They made dummy heads to fool the officers. Morris was the brains. The England brothers, they were just swamp rats out of Florida. According to the reports, the men enlarged the vent openings in the back of their cells with stolen spoons.
I'll give you a ton of spoons. And I want to see how long it'll take you to go through one of them walls there. Them walls may be old, but let me tell you, you're not going through them cells with them spoons.
They didn't make those holes with spoon handles. They had the necessary tools, hammers and chisels and drills.
No one thought it was possible to get through concrete using spoons, but in fact they were heavy gauge steel, and you break off the bowl, and now you've got a drill. And in fact, 13 spoon handles and a ladle handle were actually found hidden in 2 cans of cement paint after the escape was over.
Now, continue to your left to the end of the cell block. Turn right. Slowly continue to Broadway.
Oh, yeah.
When you reach Broadway, turn right. Stay to your left and walk slowly down the corridor. Imagine it is nighttime and the cell house is dark.
Lights went out around 9:30 at night, and that was it.
It was dead quiet. Quiet like a mausoleum.
It was kind of scary walking around those dark tiers, and some would sleep with their eyes open, some grind their teeth, some talk in their sleep.
You lay awake a long time.
I could sit out there in True Tower at nighttime and see the full moon come up.
Continue slowly down Broadway past the cutoff toward Times Square.
In the housing of inmates at Alcatraz, it was deemed necessary to keep the blacks separate from the whites.
At that time, Alcatraz mirrored American society. This part of Broadway was a segregated section for black prisoners. Stop when you get to the end of the cell block.
Mexicans, Indians, whites, they could all cell next to each other. The only ones that couldn't was blacks.
They tried it, and they opened up. And they had such a high population of hostile rednecks and such a low population comparably of blacks, they soon found out they couldn't do it.
They finally integrated all the other penitentiaries, but not Alcatraz. Of the 100 or so officers, only a handful were black.
It was very difficult for the white officers. They got rid of anybody with an education because their feeling was someday that guy is going to be my boss.
You should now be at the end of the corridor. This is the area known as Times Square. Directly ahead of you is the dining hall. Step through the doorway and move toward the bars at the back of the dining hall. 3 times a day, all the men in general population gathered here for 20-minute meals. Imagine 200 plus men, each armed with a knife, fork, and spoon. This was potentially the most dangerous room in the cell house.
And if you notice up on the ceiling there, you see these canisters up there dotted around. That's tear gas. And we nicknamed the dining room the gas chamber. It so happened during the history of Alcatraz, they never did trip the button. If they did trip it, they would have made a fatal mistake because them 2 guards in there and the lieutenant would never have gotten out of there alive.
Now walk to the barred area at the far end of the dining room. Behind it is a kitchen area. Notice the knife rack on the left. The shape of each knife was outlined on the rack. This way, officers could tell immediately if one was missing. Even so, some knives disappeared.
I think about 3-4 men got killed with kitchenware.
And I heard that old familiar pop slap, you know, and Chili had drove it into Sosa's back. It was just like an ice pick. He stuck it right in the back, and that was the pop slap I heard.
Feel free to sit on one of the benches.
Alcatraz, I don't think you ever heard anybody say anything disparaging about the meals.
It was a strict requirement of the Bureau of Prisons that the food not only be palatable and healthy, but attractively served.
When they first started making spaghetti and putting it on the line, it was pretty good. And it kept going down, down, down.
Noodles and plum juice.
So somebody said, damn it, the next time they put that spaghetti out on the line, we're going to turn the tables over. The following week, there was a damn spaghetti.
Pretty soon, all the tables are coming like domino. Pop, 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 pop.
And the lives of those officers in that dining room were in jeopardy. And so old Bergen just took it in hand and took that Thompson and knocked out 3 panes of glass. Buck, waited, buck, waited, buck, knocked out the 3rd. Got everybody's attention, jammed that actuating lever back, and she went click, and they all heard it, and they knew what it meant. And I said, Lieutenant, blow your whistle, just quietly. He blew his whistle. Inmates started to get up, and they marched out of the dining room just like little lambs.
At the end of 3 decades, over 1,500 men had served time on the Rock. By then, Alcatraz had served its own time. After years of harsh wind and weather, the buildings were badly deteriorated. The isolated island was too expensive to run. And now in the 1960s, prison reformers preached rehabilitation instead of punishment. Early in 1963, Attorney General Robert F. Kennedy ordered Alcatraz closed. Look back toward the dining hall entrance. Walk over to the large photo of prisoners walking down Broadway. They were the last prisoners to leave the Rock on March 21st, 1963.
The last day we were there, we ate breakfast in the dining room, showered, and put on clean uniforms and shackles and handcuffs down to the boat.
I saw the last inmate leave. The last inmate leave.
I went from hell to heaven. Then when I stopped and think what I was doing over there, locked up in those gun galleries and towers and wrestling inmates, and yes, heaven and hell.
And I remember when they released me. I've been locked up 15 years, and during all this time, I never had no visits, no letters, no nothing. And I'm watching the cars whizzing by, and the people walking. Everything was moving too fast, and I didn't know how to move with it. And then I remember how envious I was of these people, because they all had a destination. They were all going someplace, and I didn't know where I was going. And I was scared to death.
On behalf of the National Park Service and the Golden Gate National Parks Conservancy, thank you for taking the Alcatraz Cell House tour and supporting America's national parks. Now you'll be returning downstairs. Walk back toward the dining room door. Do not exit. Follow the signs pointing to the stairway on your left. Please hold the handrails as you go down the stairs. We'll take your player as you exit. A brief reminder, all tour equipment is electronically protected against theft and will trigger alarms if taken aboard the boat. Goodbye, and thank you for visiting Alcatraz.
All right, so that was the audio tour. I hope you heard most of it at least. I'm headed out of the main building. That was about, you're with me the whole time. That took 40 minutes. So it's probably about a half an hour, and then I saw the opening and closing of the cell doors, which is really cool. You saw that with me. Let me return this. Take off my headset here. Oh, I gotcha. Perfecto. So there's a display thing down here. Talks about incarceration. Have you ever done any illegal drugs? I don't know if you saw that there. That was funny. I mean, question is federally or state legal? I did something in Vegas a couple times. I mean, it's actually funny because we're in California, but we're on federal land. So weed is actually illegal here in this area, but it's not illegal in the state. But since this is federal land, it is illegal. I also feel like a crazy person because I just walked in a circle. It's probably all on me though. I should have continued out through the gift shop. Exit through the gift shop. Yeah. Hey, who would have thunk it? Exit through the gift shop. We got the Alcatraz book with this guy who was a prisoner who signed the book. Hey, that's actually a lot cheaper than on the boat because this is a national park store, not a hornblower store. So I'm gonna get me a rainwater, pure mountain spring water. Let's just see if there's another checkout or not. Not sure exactly how you get out of here, to be brutally honest with you. If it's this way, that way. Everything. The boats leave about every half an hour or so. Piece of history. Oh my God. You can get your own pet rock. That's what it seems like. Please do not carry display rocks. Ah, there's the to outside sign. This is where they have a former inmate who's signing books. You can see he's there. Bill Baker. William G. Baker. But at your official, I spent time on Alcatraz numbered postcard with today's date stamped. Good God. You mail from Alcatraz. It's our federal mail facility, zip code, everything like that. That'd be pretty funny if there actually was. But I'm going to check out, fill up my water. And like I said, the water in the gift shop, since it's run by the National Park Service, is cheaper than the $5 hornblower water. That's on board. Okay. All right, so that was the inside. It was so funny. I was in the gift shop. I got this bottle of water, which I think I said is half the price of the one on the boat. So the ladies in front of me were trying to buy a snow globe. Didn't speak English. And the cashier was trying to tell them, you have to put this in your checked luggage. And the ladies didn't understand it. And Google Translate don't work here because there's no internet here. Well, I mean, there's internet for the staff, but I guess that employee didn't have the Google Translate on. I had nothing. So I had to play a game of charades. That was a fun game of charades. Like, airplane. Carry on. No. Big suitcase. Yes. So I somehow communicated to people in Spanish that if they didn't put that snow globe, it's actually a fog globe, because the fog comes over the island. There's not really snow that happens here in this part of California. But because if you put it in your carry-on, they're going to throw it away. So the employee was doing her absolute best job for some national parks vendor, trying to communicate that's what would happen. And also, if you take that little headset from there, it starts beeping when you leave here. There's a little infrared signal that happens, and it just makes crazy noise. So all the people that took the headsets from downstairs, if you remember earlier that there were headsets downstairs, anybody that took the ones from downstairs, they'd get the beepy noise. I'm waiting for Scott because unfortunately we got split up because I stayed and watched a demonstration of the cell doors like you saw, and he went somewhere. I don't know if he saw that demonstration or didn't, but we were both on. If he continued with the tour and didn't pause it, well, that's what happened. So hopefully I find Scott. If not, well, he's got a key to the hotel, and hopefully he makes it back. But I'm getting ready to take the next ferry boat back and finish up that food review that's going to go on Scott's channel. I sent him a message. Let's see if he's written back. But yeah, cell service here is, I believe the word is sketchy at best. he has not seen that message. So, but it was sent 4 minutes ago. I'll wait a few more minutes because I'm on a nice bench and drink my half the price of the boot because Hornblower wants to screw you. And hey, at least the American government's nice about that. Maybe I'll put my $2 in the box that I didn't put in earlier because I saved $2.50 on the water. Yeah, I think I'll throw my $2 in the box on the way back. You'll see. Hornblower, the company running the boats here, really goes hard on the upsell. It's like, do you want to buy food and drinks for your trip back? Well, I mean, there's beer on the way back. So, yeah, but I'll buy that on board. But it's so funny. I literally just got a text message. There's Scott. Scott! There he is. I was like, will I ever find the secret Asian man? And I find the secret Asian man. But yeah, they just sent me a text saying, are you ready for your return? You want to order food and drinks now? Yeah, no service here. I was wondering if I sit here, if I find the secret Asian man. I find...
Secret Asian man, come.
Okay, oh no, wait. I'm turning on secret Asian man's mic. Give me a sec. Okay, secret Asian man. What you get? Oh, you got the stamped. Is that for your subscribers?
No, I think, well, actually, these two are for somebody. Then I got some magnets to give away.
Hey, Scott.
And then I got a coffee mug for myself.
You want to know? You want to know my first giveaway? I think I've done on my channel from a technical reason.
What?
I think it's technically this trip. What? Oh no! I took you on another. No.
Yeah, last on the Jubilee.
Oh, we were on Jubilee. That's right. I met Scott in the comments section. And, I think I met him at the airport when I flew in from Vegas, right? Isn't that how I originally met you?
And we were going on Margaritaville at the sea.
You were going on Margaritaville at the sea. My casino agent would only comp me Margaritaville at sea on a weekend because said nobody wants to sail on a weekday on Margaritaville at sea. And you left on a Monday, right? You're like Monday through Wednesday was your cruise?
I think so.
And he's going on the Margaritaville at Sea Islander. But we're going to start heading back. We'll give you... Scott is like wafting out. Did that energy drink get to you?
No, she told me to do this. She told me that the date would smear if I did not waft. So I'm wafting.
Wow. So while you're wafting, what did you think of Alcatraz? Tell the internet.
I thought Alcatraz was wild.
Did you see the doors open and close?
I did. I saw them the second time.
But did you see when she did all of them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
As long as you saw when she did all of them. And that's what they used for Jurassic Park for the closing gate sound. Did you hear that?
Which is pretty crazy. I hear it now. Pretty crazy.
I know.
But I would not have put two and two together.
Yeah.
Like that was.
But it only takes about a half an hour to do the tour here. I mean, yeah, you can look around more. I never saw the Golden Gate Bridge. Did you?
No.
I don't know if it's just on the wrong side or we're missing something. That's the little beeping noise is the people trying to steal the.
Yeah. The devices.
They only beep like a couple feet out and a couple feet in. Did you get it wafted out? Did you notice that the water is cheaper than it is on the boat too?
Is it? How much?
It's only $2.50.
Oh, shh. No, I didn't realize that. That's funny though.
But you know what I'm gonna do because of that?
What?
I'm gonna put, because it's $5 on the boat, it's $2.50 here. Some of you were like, this guy's gonna scam the guy. I'm gonna give the government $2 for the maps we stole on our way down. And guess what? I still end up 50 cents ahead. Come on, Scott. That's impressive, isn't it? I mean... Beep, 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 beep. Oh, also, there's not a new pope. Oh, wait, there is a new pope. You see, there's white smoke coming out the top of Alcatraz. That means there's a new pope, right? You're a Catholic.
Oh, there
is that clouds, or is that what? That's white smoke.
No, I think it's clouds.
So I gotta say what happened. So there were these girls in front of me that didn't speak a damn word of English. They're trying to buy a fog globe, which is a snow globe, but they don't have snow in California. And the woman in the register is trying to explain to them that you can't put this in your carry-on luggage, right? Because that's the number one thing that the TSA throws away.
Snow globes?
Snow globes.
What the fuck?
Because people won't put them in their check bag because they think they're gonna break because they're glass. And if you put them in your carry-on, that's too much liquid. So you can't actually bring a snow globe on an airplane. That's the number one thing the TSA throws out. Now, Scott, here's another fun trivia question. This is a fucked up trivia question, but I actually know this. Okay, what is the number one thing that TSA misses in bag screenings?
Weed.
Guns.
Oh.
Guns.
Oh.
TSA is security theater. They're there just to annoy the piss out of you. But I will deal with TSA any day over Egyptian airport security. You haven't lived until you've gone through Egyptian airport security in a regional airport. Hold that for a second because I don't want to fall down, because I had one of these. I had 4 of these actually. I always carry around 4 of these or so, these big old batteries. I had one of these with me in Egyptian airport security. It is a lithium battery, right? I had it in my carry-on, as it should be. I was held at gunpoint. 4 guns, 4 machine guns. Held at gunpoint for an hour and a half because this should be in my checked luggage. Eventually, you're gonna laugh. It's a true story, and I made a whole video on this. It's fucked up. I was like, just take it. No, we can't do that, sir. Just fucking take it. When you go to Egypt, you have a tour guide, and that tour guide came, paid them off some undisclosed amount of money, because I don't understand their money. She gave them like 1,000 of their money, which is like $8 American. I was not going to pay them off. She came and paid them off and said, oh, they're just fucking with you because you have expensive looking things. They thought they'd get some money off of you. Nothing was against the rules or anything like that. Then when I went to Cairo to leave Egypt, so that was in a regional airport. When I went to Cairo to leave Egypt, it's not a joke, there are 3 levels of security to get on an airplane in Cairo, okay? There is, level 1 is before you get to the check-in counter. Level 2 is the one that we know as standard security, is check-in counter to gate. Level 3 is at the gate. I had to bribe every single one of them just to get through security. I will never go back to that fucking country in my life.
Egypt.
I was given nothing but a hard time there. It is a bucket list. I went to King Tut's tomb. I saw all that famous shit. I cruised down the Nile. Best part of that thing, 4-day cruise down the Nile River, and it was in a tourist corridor. It's actually genius what they did. All the boats move with themselves. They go like 150 miles total in 4 days. It's nothing. But there's only a certain part of the Nile that's navigable. All the boats, they move themselves. They move together. But where's I going with this? You don't have to worry about any security or anything because the boats dock right up on the historic sites. And there's a corridor that's like, it's like a prison camp. It's kind of like this with the barbed wire and stuff. It keeps the locals out. The locals in. And I will tell you, do you want to know the best meal? Well, let's talk about the second best meal. Second best meal I had in Egypt. What was it?
I don't know.
McDonald's. Best meal I had in Egypt. KFC. Okay? Everything else, completely fucking unedible. Unedible. I lost weight on that trip. I lost like 12 pounds on that trip.
Holy shit.
And then I did a whole thing on drinking Egyptian liquor and stuff, but that's for another time. We're gonna go back, get on the boat, we're gonna drink some more. We're gonna drink some, then we're gonna eat some. And we're gonna give you a final tally on the stuff that they don't say you can buy on board, because we got more, but that's gonna be on not my channel, but on Scott's channel.
That's right.
If something eventful happens on our way to the boat, I'll let you know. But if not, I'll see you back land side. Hey Scott, I got a question for you. Did you break a federal law coming here today?
What is that?
Don't use it. Just you got something in your pocket that's federally illegal, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
You're on federal land, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
Secret Asian man, secret Asian man. This video's not going up for a month and a half, so statute of limitations is over. Puff, puff, pass. I said we were done, but seems like the only place we can view the Golden Gate Bridge is at the lighthouse. So we got to go up to the lighthouse because that's the only place we can see the damn bridge. You have to, if you're coming to Alcatraz, you've got to see the Golden Gate Bridge from Alcatraz, don't you? Also, again, still, I don't understand why everything looks like a Taco Bell. The woman made the joke, and once she made the joke, I just can't unsee everything looking like Taco Bell. Come on, tell me lighthouse is easy to get to. That's not the Golden Gate Bridge. You're gonna laugh, Scott. I've been in town for a while. I have not seen the Golden Gate Bridge yet. And that's not it in front of us either.
No, it is not.
That's a different bridge. That goes to Oakland. It's not red. I thought they just stopped painting the Golden Gate Bridge after COVID, but no. There's a different bridge. Look, that's the different bridge I speak of. It's not red. we must see the Golden Gate Bridge from Alcatraz Island. I know it seems like a little thing, but it's not Scott's penis. You trying to duck inside? Okay. All right. Let's make it to the bridge. Do you see a bridge? Do you see a way out? Okay. Oh, there's a way out. Okay. If we don't see it here, that one right in front of you is not red. Do you see a red one? That's not the Golden Gate Bridge. I know we might think and say it is. I really don't think that's the Golden Gate Bridge. Now that one's the Golden Gate Bridge, I think. The fog is saying no. But you are? Yeah.
Isn't that it over here?
What?
Oh.
That I think is Golden Gate.
Oh yeah, that is.
That's Golden Gate. That's an open gate. So now that we've seen Golden Gate, we're gonna head back down and get on a boat back to San Francisco. All right, I said I'd make this right. You saw me steal stuff for Scott earlier. We have $2. Hold on, G-string Scott now. Oh, right there. Oh no, another one. Now this is because I bought my water and I still came out 50 cents ahead. So we say the government fucks us every day, but this paper money's worthless anyway. In the slot, Scott. Did we make right?
We made right.
And I also have a lot of Bitcoin in my bag, but fuck the American dollar. It's worthless anyway. Might as well throw it away. Oh, here comes not our boat. Again, I was telling people. Yeah, I was telling people that there's a lot of boats that won't actually dock here, so that's not our boat. It just cruises by real quick, and they have no permission to dock here. But yeah, we done made right by the government. See you back in San Francisco to close it all up. You know what? After going to Alcatraz and seeing how bad the food was on that boat, you might just want to risk. You might want to risk a hot dog wrapped in bacon. Hot dog wrapped in bacon, because it's a lot better than hot dog on the boat. You know what? Something says I got to get one of these hot dogs. Give me a second. I'm gonna grab one. I'll let you know how it is.